What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Spotlight, based off the true events of the Spotlight team of the Boston Globe, who uncovered a series of sexual abuse cases that were being committed by the Catholic Church. Okay, so that is the overall story of Spotlight. Let's talk about the film. I overall thought that Spotlight is actually a really, really good movie. I've always seen this movie twice, and watching it again on a second viewing, I can honestly say this is a really good movie that pays respect to a series of horrific child abuse scandals that were being committed by the Catholic Church in the Boston area. And I like how this movie depicts, the Spotlight team trying to uncover the truth and trying to piece together the story as a way to bring light to events that were pretty much discarded a decade prior to the what a decades ago. This movie is backed by a excellent ensemble cast that includes Michael Keaton, Mark Ruffalo, Rachel McAdams, Liev Schreiber, John Slattery, and Stanley Tucci. And I thought they all played their roles exceptionally well. Michael Keaton in this movie, he plays Robbie. I thought he was really, really fine in the role. I thought he put on a great, good performance, as did McAdams, Tucci, Ruffalo, and they all did phenomenal work. They embodied their characters to the full extent, to much integrity, and I give them tons of credit. They brought a sense of realism to their characters, and they also paid respect to their real life counterparts as well. Tom McCarthy, the director of this film, I thought he did an absolutely fantastic job behind the director's chair. This is a beautiful looking movie that has a grounded realism to it in terms of its direction and in terms of its cinematography as well. So I have nothing but praise to say from the technical aspects of this movie. The story of this movie, like I said, it's about the Spotlight team trying to uncover a series of child abuse scandals that were taking place in the Boston area. I like how Tom McCarthy handled the story with the respect and care that it deserves, and he did not glorify anything. A lot of what's said to us is done through dialogue and through the Spotlight team having countless interviews with survivors and with lawyers who were a part of the whole scandal that transpired. And again, I thought McCarthy did a fantastic job at bringing a level of respect to an overall very dark history that most people they try not to relive anymore. And there are a number of characters in this film who pretty much who said that because of their experiences, they had to turn to alcohol, they turned to drugs and things like of that nature to try and block out the pain of having to relive memories from their childhood. And I thought McCarthy did a fantastic job at bringing a level of respect and sincerity to this story, because the whole subject of child abuse, when you're doing a movie about it, you want to be as careful and as respectful to the subject matter as much as humanly possible, because in real life there are a number of people who went through child abuse themselves, and it can be and it's a sore subject that most people do not wish to relive, because it's a dark memory that they just want to forget and never have to bring it up again. And in the case of this movie, a lot of these victims are having to relive memories that they just don't want to relive again. But you have this Spotlight team who is dedicated to uncovering the truth as a way to prevent this from happening to somewhere else, and to potentially ignite other places that have had people deal with abuse for them to come forward as well. When you actually look at it, I think Spotlight is a very uplifting film when you look at it from that context. Like, it inspires victims of abuse to stand up for yourself. Go to somebody. Let your story be heard. Let somebody try to bring down your abuser, and that's what the Spotlight team did. They eventually brought down the corrupted Catholic Church. And what I think is actually pretty interesting is that throughout the course of this movie, the Stanley Tucci character, who I think his name was Mitch, he's pretty much saying to the Mark Ruffalo character that the Catholic Church has eyes as in control of almost everything, and they have eyes constantly watching him. That's actually a very very scary notion to consider, and just shows you the power of just how the power of just the church can be, and just how scary that that sort of power can really be. How this one thing can have a control over an entire town in a way. It's like it's a very interesting notion when you when you think about it to yourself. Uh, if I do have any gripes with this movie, I would say that it does take a while for it to pick up, and there are moments where it can drag a little bit, but it is backed by overall very very strong performances, and the story is really really engaging enough for you to be completely invested, and you do have a fantastic ensemble cast that holds the screen and holds your attention to the best of their abilities. So, with all that being said, Spotlight for me gets a solid 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie a second time around, and I do highly recommend it. Now, of course, I just covered the bare bones of this movie. Uh, Watch it for yourself, and you'll get the full extent of it. So, yeah, those are just my overall thoughts on Spotlight. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like this video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.